This is a video for how to go about utilizing the VLOOKUP function in Google Sheets. In the info section below this video, there is a link to the Google Sheet you see on the screen for you to make a copy and follow along if you would like to do so. VLOOKUP also stands for a vertical lookup, and what the function will do is take a set of numbers and look up another value that is associated with those numbers. So the context that we're going to use is a high school setting, and 9th grade would be a freshman, 10th grade's a sophomore, 11th grade's a junior, and 12th grade's a senior. And what we're going to try to do is get a random set of numbers of 9th through 12th graders, and we're always going to want it to say what the name of the year in school is next to it. So the if setting over here in this cell A4 is going to be the set of numbers. And in order for us just to come up with a set of numbers, we're going to use something known as the random between numbers. So we're going to hit the equals key underneath if here, and I'm going to start typing rand. And you're going to see a function here that says rand between, and it's a range between two values. So we're going to click here, and I'm going to put the number 9 and then a comma and then a 12. And I'm going to finish my parentheses and hit enter. And you're going to notice I get a 10 right here. If you hit F4 on your keyboard, that number is going to change to just some random number. Now we want to paste this function in the cells below. So I'm going to come up to cell A4, and where you see my mouse, you're going to see this little black plus show up. And I'm going to click and hold down, and let's say drag down to cell A28, just a random set of numbers. If I keep hitting F4, you're going to notice these numbers keep changing. Now what I want is the number is going to reference the year in school. So the then needs to say whatever year of school this is. So right here, if I keep hitting F4 and this jumps to a 9, I want it to say freshman. I'd hit F4 again. I want this to say sophomore. So how can we go about doing that? We can use the VLOOKUP function, which is also known as the vertical lookup function. So we're going to hit equals underneath then, and I'm going to start typing VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. And I'm going to click. And what the number we want to reference first is the number to the left. So if the number is a 10, what do we want it to be on the right? And this is where we come over and we start referencing this chart we have. And we're going to highlight all of the cells of this chart. You should see D3:E7, and then we're going to hit comma, and it's going to ask us which column in the chart do we want it to read, column 1 underneath number or column 2 underneath year, and we're going to hit 2, and then we're going to hit comma again, and we're going to write the word true. We want the true logical value of that cell, and I'm going to hit enter, and you'll notice the 9 now references a freshman. So if I hit F4 again, you're going to notice that it's going to keep jumping. I see a 12, that should say senior, 9 should say freshman. I just keep hitting F4, I got a sophomore. Now the issue is as we paste this cell downward, we want to make sure that this value stays absolute. We don't want it to go D3 to turn into D4, so we need to do some absolutes up here. So I'm going to place some dollar signs. We need to place a dollar sign next to the D, hit the cursor over, and then next to the 3, and then also for E7, dollar sign next to the E, dollar sign next to the 7. That means that these values for this chart will stay the same. They will not increase as we drag down. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to tap on sophomore. Once again, I'm going to come over and you're going to see the black plus. I'm going to just drag down and let off. And you'll notice how those numbers changed automatically. Whatever the number is over here on the left, the right-hand side, is going to reference whatever year in school the person is. So if I keep hitting F4, you're going to see those numbers and the words keep coinciding next to each other. The vertical lookup function solves a lot of problems, gets a lot of things done. Same with the rand between number function over here. If you've ever seen a random set of numbers, kind of easy to do. Makes life a lot easier just to look things up than you could come up and data sort this to alphabetical order. Solves a lot of problems, and it's a really usable function within Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel if you're choosing to use Excel. So this has been a video for how to go about utilizing the VLOOKUP function in Google Sheets.